So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to present my action research. It's just simple. I hope everybody will share their knowledge to improve this work. So, ako po ang inyong lingkod, Jotam G. Austria, under the Accountancy and Business Management subject, Entrepreneurship and Business Implementation. So, the rationale, or however we want to say it. Due to the restriction brought by COVID-19, the minimum requirement for work immersion program is the business implementation to the least for grade 12 learners. This competency was not conducted for the past 2 years. It is the drive of yours truly, the researcher, to attempt to implement the business simulation amidst the existing restrictions and address the knowledge gap for skills development in entrepreneurship. So dito pumapasok lahat ng at least four references namin patungkol sa drive or yung tinatawag na motivation to conduct this research. And here is the paradigm of the study. So input would be any available investment from the learners and the parents in collaboration with the parents, of course. Then we are going to apply the strategy. Copy ko. Okay. Yan. Okay na? Yan. Okay, copy daw ako. Available investment. Apply the strategy used by current entrepreneurs, either online selling or reselling, and, naulit ko, sorry, online services or own business talaga dapat yan. And the implementation for this, for the study, at least the main content wherein the learners will be able to implement the business simulation will be next week, May 16 to 27, in line with the DepEd calendar, which I will be presenting later. There's going to be a pre-test, which is the reflection paper, and the post-test, which is the post-business plan, to validate if what they currently learned through the years in the organization management, applied economics, and the initial stage of entrepreneurship, implementing it, and post-test. The implementation stage, which is the focus of the study, would be the business simulation, because did not happen for the past 2 years. The process is 80 hours of business operation, that's 2 weeks. Use of online reselling, selling services, or what you call this, services, and own business. And the documentation will come from a business simulation portfolio. Now, this has been approved by the division. I mean, it is from the DepEd order. Both the business plan, the post-business plan, pre-business plan, and the business simulation came from the DepEd order. Now, the output, but DepEd order meaning, pero hindi siya na-implement last 2 years because of the pandemic, but we use the current process or procedure or the forms being used on a regular face-to-face simulation. Yan. And output, complete the business operation. That's 2 weeks, May 16 to 27. Develop the skills related to the actual business operation, and post-test, evaluating the business simulation portfolio. So ito yung pinakatakbo ng research. Hopefully, if you have any suggestions, I would be happy to improve it. And the researchers seeks to solve the problem by, ito po yung pinakaparang goal, the 2-year drought, okay, solve the problem by addressing the 2-year drought, in the implementation of business simulation, addressing the learning gap and skills development, using the current methods by entrepreneurs, local, okay, sa sapalibutan, that can be adopted by the learners, which is safe and educational. Number 3, seeking remedies to address the learning gap by evaluating the pre-test, business simulation forms, and the post-test, and develop the skills as expected by the curriculum guide, which are related to actual business troubleshooting, budgeting, marketing, and auditing. Ito siya. And ito siya, it's like an experimental because it hasn't been completed for the last 2 years. And it will be focused on grade 12 GAS students. So we currently have 12 sections who will be monitored by this research or this initiative. Local school po yan, sa akin school lang. Eh, andito yung pinaka-work plan. So, siyempre, yung objectives, KRA, the strategy, actual reselling, servicing, program assessment after 2-week program. That's the pre-test, business portfolio, business simulation portfolio, and the post-test. And the time frame for the actual experimentation or the monitoring observation will be May 16 to 27. And resources, human, teachers, students. Output, validation of viability in the business simulation implementation. And dissemination of program, obviously, if you're going
Sir
to go to them.
Jotam, hello po.
Yes, yes
Excuse me
po.
po. Sorry for interruption. Sir
Sir Yes,
Jotam.
yes. Yes, ma'am. Ay, nawala siya. Sound check. Sound check. Can you hear me?
Hello. Medyo hindi po ata okay yung audio, sir.
Okay.
Ayan, hello po. Ayan po, sir. Naririnig na po. Thank you po.
Pag nag-switch ako. Uulitin ko siya lahat o okay na?
um, Sir Rovic and Doc Reggie, nakuha naman po, ne?
Nasa last part na pa mo.
Yes po, nakikita naman po yung mga ano,
Okay, okay.
Naku po, nakikita naman
yung
po.
PowerPoint.
Ay,
Kanina
kabalo.
lang po, medyo nawawala po yung audio nyo. Sige po.
Pasensya na, luma yung laptop ko eh. Sana mag-donate nila sa atin. Hindi, joke. Okay. So, ito. So, yung last part, ito po yung pinaka ah, work plan. So, mas maintindihan po natin dito. Kasi, paano ko na-integrate doon sa mismong school program? Ito po siya. So, yung week 1, it will fall under week 3 and 4. Yan siya. At ito yung po yung pinaka-workflow as you can see here. Dito mangyayari yung pre-test which has been completed already. And then business simulation, ito na siya, actual business. And dito mangyayari yung post-test before the completion of the grades. So, yun lang po. The end.
Thank you so much, Sir Jotam. Sir Jotam, please present pa rin po para po
Okay.
makita po ng ating mga critic. Sir Rovic and Doc Reggie.
Tarata.
Hello po.
Ito na lang presenting
hintayin
document
po
para pag
natin si Sir
nag-edit
Luby
po.
for
Note. Mhm.
this
Share screen. Ay, matala.
research taking. Sir Jotam, congratulations for giving us a fight in the senior high school department. I know that
Sound check. Bigyan.
I know that it's very hard for us to come up with several researches. We are very happy to come up with this kind of research. Sir, nag-ano po kayo, stop and go po kayo sa inyong end. Pero narinig naman po ninyo kami.
With the audio and then we cannot see.
So,
Ganda
on my
naman
first
naman.
sir, my first
Ganda
question,
sasabihan.
you just want to narrate our practices in terms of this implementation of business simulation in the senior high school department, no po. In terms of the statement of the problem, sir, kung pwede mo sana silang palitan na kung gusto mo maging objective type, hindi naman pinagbabawalan yung mga objective type questions. You can start it with the word na to encourage to describe, yung ganun po yung mga word, no? And if it is experimental in nature, sir, let us be in terms of that procedure. Kapag it's experimental, we have the preliminary assessment and the post-assessment of the program. So dito po kasi ang tinitingnan niyo po siguro dito is the how the practices of the senior high school regarding the business simulation because this is the first time that we have business simulation.